Hey guys, I just wanted to quickly address um, some time management and some things that I do in this business that have helped me as far as getting everything done that I need to for the day and making sure that I've used my time as best I could and still have time for my family and things that I have to do throughout the house and just like everyday life. So basically, to kind of break things down, in the morning I will wake up before the rest of the house does. It's actually very relaxing, and it's like one of the times when I know that I'm gonna have some peace and quiet. I can drink my coffee. I take my planners. I've got two of those, and my goals for the day, which I've written down at the beginning of the week. And I just basically sit down with those and try to knock some things out. So in the morning, I will make all of my posts for the day if I have not already done that the Sunday before. So many times I will go into any of the cute little picture apps that I have on my phone and go ahead and create the posts that I need for the entire week. That saves me time when it comes to actually posting those things. And actually, I can use a scheduler to have them post for me versus having to go in, 3 times a day on social media and post different things or come up with something creative. It's already there. It's laid out for me. I've thought about it already. I can just post it and go. So that's what I like to do. If I think of anything and I'm out running errands or I'm with my daughter and we're playing outside or whatever, and I just have a good idea, I'll record it on my phone. Or I'll just write it in the notes section of my phone. And that kind of keeps the thought there, and I can go back to it later, but I'm not interrupting my time that I have set aside for family time or free time or whatever it might be, time to be unplugged. So the next thing that I will do is just try to answer any messages that need tending to right away. You may have multiple messages in your inbox, maybe through Instagram or Facebook or your email, but check and see which ones, are emergencies and need some responses right away. If they don't, know that you're fine not responding right away. You will get back to them, and you just need to know that your business hours are your business hours. And if you establish those and you know those, then other people coming into your life wanting to know more about coaching or know more about challenge groups are going to know your hours as well, and it's going to make it easier in the long run. The next thing I do is I check my online office. So I go to my Beachbody office and I check for anything that may be off, any customer orders. Maybe I've, got something I need to deal with my downline or whatever it might be. I just kind of quickly check that out and make sure that I don't need to send any emails or do anything like that with my business. The next thing I do is post my morning inspiration or my morning posts. Those are done in the morning on Instagram and Facebook and also on my likes page. So if I haven't already scheduled those to post on their own, I'll go in and do those posts at that time. I will respond to any challengers posts from the night before and anything in my coach group in Beatnik Dynasty that needs tending to as well. If there's coach questions and just, different things that people may, need tending to, then I'm going to go ahead and reach out to those people and answer what I can. And of course, I want to get back to my challengers and give them some feedback on anything that they've posted in the challenge group the night before. After that, I take time to just enjoy being with my daughter. And, I stay at home with her. I'm lucky to be able to do that with this job. And this is why I signed up for this job. This is why I work so hard from home, because I want to be able to create my own hours. And I think that kind of slipped away from me for a while, and I just got overwhelmed with trying to always respond right away. So at that point, after I've done my morning stuff, I just focus on her until lunchtime, and just really try to, soak up all the time that I have with her, especially as she continues to grow, and she does all these fun things I don't want to miss out on. So midday, either during lunchtime or during my daughter's nap, I will work on me. So being a coach has a lot to do with just taking care of yourself. So I'm making sure I'm drinking Shakeology once a day. I make sure I get my workout in. It's 30 minutes. I try to knock it out during her nap. Otherwise, I don't really have the time for it. Um, and I listen to or I watch personal development every single day. So whether that is listening to it while I work out, or listening to something as I'm typing up something else on the computer, all of that is part of professional development um, for me and for my business. I will look at my planner, which is always full of like all these messy things that I've written down, and just try to check everything off. I'm a huge list person, and so I write every single thing down that I can think of, and I love to be able to check that off and just scratch through each thing as I complete it. I think that's just the teacher in me. I was a teacher before this life, and I loved organization and planning and that type of thing. So I've kind of brought that over into my business with Beachbody. The next thing is just planning out my meetings with any new coaches or any of my online meetings that I plan to do with my teams. So thinking about team calls at night that I have, writing down anything I need to, and then starting, these getting started right calls with your new coaches. So make sure that those coaches are getting a call from you within the week that they sign up. If a new coach training is beginning, I make sure that I get, all those posts scheduled in using Hootsuite and ready to go, so that that's one less thing I have to do throughout the day for the month to come. And then I will do a midday post on social media, maybe asking a question on my status, or normally it's a picture of my daughter, or maybe has something to do with my workouts. And once she gets up for the day, it's just mommy time again. I cook, I do laundry, I play with her, etc., until my husband comes home, and that's kind of our family time. And then once she goes to bed, that's the third time of day when I work my business. That's when I do all of my meetings for the most part, get all of my messages responded to. Nighttime is when I always post the most important statuses that I want to reach the most people. So anything about wanting to add, new coaches to my team, or wanting to start a clean eating challenge or a 30-day challenge is almost always posted at night between like 6 and 9 p.m. And then adding 3 to 5 people on my network. I just add them from my friends list on Facebook and respond to my challengers and any coach questions. Once I've knocked all of that out, then it's time to relax. It's time with my husband. I'm better at that, some days more than others, but I try to make time for everything. And I really just can't stress the importance of being organized as a new coach. Knowing your schedule, what are your hours, like I said. The things that I mentioned earlier are all things that just come like clockwork to me now. But at the beginning they didn't, and I felt like I was juggling a lot constantly. So I think that having, this schedule set and knowing what I'm going to be doing each day really helps me, and makes all of this worth it. And I love what I do, and I just want to try to give all of these new coaches the best tips that I can. So hopefully that was helpful. If you struggle with organization, and your to-do list may not look exactly like mine, you may be in a different place in your business, but soon enough you will, and your teams will be bigger, um, and as your team gets bigger, the more important your time is going to be. So good luck, and I hope that you found some of this helpful.